Whiskey in the glass, golf in the mind. This is Inside the Ropes, a GolfCask original, where we dive in deep into the game, the grain, the smoke, and the stories that bring us together. Welcome to Inside the Ropes Recap, November 17th, 2025. Welcome back. This is Brian Bailey, your host. We're going to bring you stories that pour smoother than your favorite single malt and swings truer than your best drive under pressure. And for some of you, I know what that looks like. This week, the GolfCast Nation keeps growing. More listeners, more readers, and more members joining the conversation at GolfCask.com and the 19th hole. So whether you're tuning in from the course, the porch, or cigar lounge, settle in. We've got a full lineup today. Article 1, the day I walked away from the Buffalo, a blind tasting that left the herd behind. 2, poor decisions. 5 must-play munis in Virginia, public golf with a private polish. 3, savoring the experience, learning the leaf and loving the ritual. 4, and from GolfCast Life Magazine's Reflection and Revelry, released this December 1st, Where the Work Finally Meets the Game by Fran. Let's pour into the first story. The day I walked away from the Buffalo. Blind tastings have a way of humbling even the proudest whiskey drinker. You think you know your favorites, the ones you would defend at the bar, buy for gifts, and call solid when the shelves are bare. Then the lights go out, the labels disappear, and the truth steps up to the glass. This time, that truth came wearing a Buffalo. I'll say it, I appreciate Buffalo Trace. I buy it when I see it. It's a great gateway pour for newcomers, and an easy gift that won't offend anyone's palate. Normally, I can count on the notes of caramel, vanilla, a little bit of spice, and some mild oak. But in this blind tasting, oh boy, the struggle was real. The nose was weak. I mean, really weak. I thought maybe the glass was playing tricks on me. I caught a whisper of spice, maybe a flicker of sweetness, but mostly I felt like I was sniffing brown water. I think I actually sprained my nose trying to find flavor. The taste didn't save it either. Thin, watery, a hint of spice, and then it was gone. I literally asked, is this tea? The finish was short, flat, and about as memorable as the 12th hole as your local Muni. So let's look at my scoring of the blind tasting. I gave Buffalo Trace, blind, a bogey. Nose, 2.0. Hint of spice, light caramel, maybe a little oak. Taste, 2.5 out of 5. Flat, sweet, simple. Finish, 2.0 out of 5. Astringent, spice, short. Overall, 2.0 out of 5. I gave it the 3 Fs. Okay, not the Fs you're thinking about. The 3 Fs are flat, faint, and worst case, forgettable. When the reveal came, I nearly choked. Buffalo Trace, the same bottle folks line up for hours to buy. Maybe my palate was off. Maybe the batch was a little flat. Or maybe, just maybe, we've been romanticizing the Buffalo because it's hard to find, not because it's exceptional. Either way, on this day, I walked away from the herd. Cheers to the blind tastings, where the label can't hide and the whiskey stands naked in the glass. Blind tastings have a funny way of humbling the palate, kind of like golf humbles the ego. If you're ready to compare your notes and your scores with people who get it, the first stop for you, join GolfCast.com, home of GolfCast Life Magazine, Inside the Ropes, the 19th hole, Poor Decisions, and the Whiskey Syndicate. Members get access to exclusive tastings, golf and whiskey trails, and a community that celebrates what matters, great stories, shared pours, and honest reviews. Join GolfCast.com and become part of the nation. Now that we've set the tone, let's head over to the fairways of Virginia, where Muni Golf plays like a private club, and the price of admission is a good attitude and a few solid swings. 5 must-play munis in Virginia that play like privates. Good taste, questionable judgment. There's a beautiful truth about golf in Virginia. You don't have to flash a black card or wear a crest on your chest to find greens worth writing home about. Some of the state's best rounds are hidden in plain sight. Open to the public, priced for a weeknight pour, and maintained like someone's wealthy uncle is footing the bill. Private clubs might have chandeliers and a valet, but munis, they've got a heartbeat. They've got whiskey neat and a martini crowd, straightforward, soulful, and full of character. So here's our top 5 public courses in the Commonwealth that play way above their pay grade. Laurel Hill Golf Club, Lorton, Virginia. Built on the bones of an old prison, this course feels like redemption with fairways. Architect Bill Love Carved a beast that balances precision with freedom. It's manicured like a private club, but still has that public swagger. You'll earn every par, but you'll never feel out of place. Syndicate Verdict. Former penitentiary turned golf paradise. Proof that even the roughest pass can lead to smooth greens. Now we're heading south into Midlothian, Virginia. Independence Golf Club. The name fits. The course broke free from the private mold and built its own kind of elite. Wide fairways, pristine bunkers, and a clubhouse that pours like it's happy to see you. Bonus points for the veranda overlooking the 18th. It's where good rounds and bad decisions both get toasted. Syndicate Verdict. Where public golf gets a private pour and nobody knows the difference. Cheers. Now we're going to head northwest to Charlottesville, Virginia. Birdwood Golf Course. Davis Love III redesigned this gym into a modern masterpiece. Rolling fairways, mountain views, and greens that actually hold a wedge. Add in the short course and the putting green, and you've got a playground that makes private members jealous. Syndicate Verdict. UVA pride meets PGA polish. Academic precision with a blue-collar heart. Now we're going to turn the car north and go to Fort Royal, Virginia. Blue Ridge Shadows. It's a postcard come to life, framed by mountains, carved by wind, and priced like a golf gods took pity on your wallet. The par 3 18th plays over water and straight into your memory. Grab a bottle from the clubhouse bar and settle in. This is Virginia golf done right. Syndicate Verdict. The views are free, the golf feels stolen, and the whiskey tastes better when you've earned it. Now it's time to turn the car and head back towards the house. We're going back to Crozet, Virginia, where Old Trail Golf Club is. Public golf with a resort feel and the kind of practice area that makes you rethink your grip. Every hole shows off the Blue Ridge backdrop, like it's trying to get onto a postcard. The bar's solid, the staff knows your name by the turn, and it feels a little too good for the price. Syndicate Verdict. The kind of Muni you bring a flask to, not because you need it, because it just feels right. Virginia's Muni scene is proof that great golf doesn't need exclusivity. Just passion, turf, and a few good people running the shop. These courses pour character, not pretense. So pack your sticks, grab your flask, and remember, fairways are for everyone, greens are for earning, and the bar is open to all. The 19th hole discussion is waiting for you. Join the conversation. Share your favorite Virginia golf Muni, challenge our picks, or nominate your local hero for the next round spotlight. Because in this game, the nation drives the shot. Fairways are for everyone, greens you can earn, and bars that never judge. That's the GolfCask spirit. Speaking of the 19th hole, that's where our next stop lands. Welcome to the 19th hole, GolfCask Virtual Clubhouse, where the stories never end and the pours never run dry. Share your round, challenge our course rankings, or just swap tasting notes with fellow members. Whether it's whiskey, golf, or cigars, the conversation always continues at the 19th hole inside of GolfCask. Join the nation. And from the chatter of the 19th hole to a quiet ritual of smoke and reflection, let's slow it down with savoring the experience. Learn the leaf, love the ritual. A cigar isn't something you smoke, it's something you savor. It's not a race to the end, it's an experience to unfold. Every draw, every pause, every curl of smoke tells part of that story. One that moves at its own pace, much like a good round of golf or a well-aged whiskey. This is where the art of the cigar smoking truly begins. Slowing down long enough to taste what time created. The rhythm of the draw. Cigars reward rhythm, not rush. Take a puff every 30 to 60 seconds, just enough to keep the embers alive. Too fast, the tobacco overheats, turning bitter. Too slow, it goes out, breaking the flow. When you find the right tempo, the smoke cools, the flavors deepen, and the cigar begins to talk back. Each third of the cigar offers a chapter of its own. The first third sets the stage, light, aromatic, often with cedar, cream, a faint sweetness. The middle third develops the body. Richer notes of coffee, toast, spice, or even nuts emerge as the cigar finds its stride. The final third is the encore, bold, grounded, sometimes earthy, or sweet with a peppery edge. Each puff is a checkpoint, each pause a chance to notice what's changing, not just in the cigar, but in you. The hidden key, retrohaling. Want to taste a cigar's full story? Try a gentle retrohale. Take a slow draw, then exhale a small portion of the smoke through your nose, never into your lungs. It's not about strength, it's about sensitivity. This unlocks flavors that the tongue alone can't find: spice, cocoa, leather, even floral notes. It's like nosing your whiskey before the sip. The aroma reveals what the flavor confirms. Once you learn to retrohale, you stop just tasting smoke. You start tasting craftsmanship. The pairing: whiskey, golf, and good company. Cigars and whiskey speak the same language: patience, balance, and depth. Pair a mild cigar with something light and lively, like an Irish whiskey or a Speyside Scotch. Let the cream and the citrus play off of one another. Pair a bold cigar, a Maduro or a Habano, with something heavier, a bourbon, rye, or a sherry cask Scotch. You'll feel the warmth and spice meets in the middle, like two players reading the same green from opposite sides. But the best pairing? Company. A cigar shines brightest when shared. After a round, by the fire, on the porch with friends, between sips and stories that stretch past midnight. Cigars create space, the rare quiet, where the best conversation always lives. The finish. Cigar smoking isn't just about finishing the stick, it's about honoring the journey. When you slow down, you don't just taste tobacco, you taste time, you taste tradition, you taste connection. Every puff is an invitation to pause, to notice, to appreciate. Because the cigar, like the game, and the glass beside it, isn't about how long it lasts, it's about how fully you live it. That's the beauty of GolfCask. Some stories burn slow, and others ignite, but the flavors always linger. And speaking of lingering, our next stop, and where every pour, puff, and course gets a fair review, is Pour Decisions. The Syndicate just dropped new blind tasting results. Compare your palate against the pros, see how your favorite bottles ranked, and find new pours worth chasing. And mark your calendar, the new issue of GolfCask Life magazine releases December 1st, packed with features, rankings, and stories from the fairway to the firelight. Find it all at golfcask.com. And now, let's look at wrapping up today's lineup. We turn to GolfCask Life magazine, where our friend Fran down in Argentina reminds us what it means to let reflection become celebration. Hey Fran, why don't you go ahead and read this article for us?
Reflection and Revelry, when the work meets the game, for GolfCask Latin America. While golfers in the Northern Hemisphere are winding down the season, in Argentina we are just getting started. The days grow longer, the terms firms up, and the ball starts to fly a little further. It's the perfect time of the year to take everything we worked on through the winter and put it to the test under tournament pressure. Over the past season, we've explored the mindset of the modern golfer. From embracing excellence, not perfection, to encouraging the journey, and later learning to master complexity through data and process. Each step has been about ownership of the swing, the decisions, and the experience itself. Now, as the season turns and competition returns, it's time to bring all of that to the course, to let learning become performance and reflection become celebration. Winter practice is rarely glamorous. It's repetition, structure, and patience. It's standing on the range, working through sequence and tempo, learning how to control start lines, ball flight, and contact. It's spending time on the putting green, building routines that hold up when the hands start to shake on the 18th. It's working on course management, understanding dispersions, and accepting variability as part of the game. Now, with the weather turning, comes the opportunity to let all that structure breathe, to stop thinking about the movement and start playing golf again. Spring brings not just better conditions, but sharper focus. The internal club tournaments arrive, and every round becomes a chance to test how well the winter process translates under real playing conditions. The key now is trust. Trusting the setup, the pre-shot routine, the plan for each hole. Trusting that the numbers on the launch monitor or the drills from cold mornings have shaped something that will hold up on the course. The focus shifts from mechanics to execution and decision making, playing the right shot, committing to it, and managing expectations when the result isn't perfect. Golf in this part of the world reaches its best form just as the year comes to a close. The fairways are alive, the greens roll true, and every evening round stretches under warm light. After the last putt drops, reflection naturally blends with celebration. That's where the revelry comes in. Not just in a in the whiskey glass or the post-round meal, but in the satisfaction of seeing months of effort come together, sitting with friends on the clubhouse terrace, talking through shots, decisions, and next goals. The game doesn't stop here. It evolves. This is the moment when all the data, discipline, and deliberate practice turn into freedom. The freedom to play, compete, and enjoy golf at its purest. That's what this season represents for us in Argentina. Reflection in motion and celebration earned through work.
Thanks, Fran. And make sure you check out the new magazine, GolfCask Life, December 1st, inside a GolfCask. So that's the week of Inside the Ropes review. A whiskey that could not hide behind the label. 5 Virginia Munis that prove golf's best experiences don't need a gate code. The slow ritual of cigars and being present. And a reminder from Argentina that reflection and revelry belong in the same round. So let's close this out and add a bonus ritual if you choose to listen. GolfCast isn't just about whiskey or golf. It's about slowing down, savoring the work, and celebrating the people and the passions that make the journey worthwhile. Until next time, keep your pours honest, your tempo patient, and your stories worth retelling. Spark, sip, swing at GolfCask. And for members, hang out for a second. Let's talk rituals. This is a GolfCask members-only ritual. And if you haven't joined GolfCast.com for free, really? Come on, man. Stop right now. Don't go past go. Do not listen. Because there are some things only members should know. And this is one of them. GolfCask isn't a club, it's a code. A way we honor the drink, the game, the cigar, and the moment. And today, you're about to learn one of the rituals that separates the casual sipper from the initiated. Today's GolfCask ritual is the smoke challenge, not a smoke screen. Put down the phone, pick up the moment. Rule: when the flame hits the leaf, the phone goes dark. The smoke challenge is about slowing down time. When the cigar is lit, the scrolling stops. Every draw deserves attention. The warmth of the ember, the curl of the smoke, the silence between stories. There's no rush, no feed, no filter, just good company. Deep thoughts, and the rhythm of smoke meeting the air. Cigars were never meant to be multitasked. They were meant to be shared, not streamed. The phone can wait. Your thoughts, your friends, and your flavor notes can't. So slow down, enjoy the cigar, bench the phone. Few know the rituals, even fewer live them. This is where tradition meets story, where the spark becomes ceremony, and where the pour becomes something you'll remember long after the glass is dry. Welcome to Inside the Circle. Welcome to GolfCask. Cheers, my friend. Until next time, keep your heads down, your spirits high, and your glass half full. Spark, sip, swing at GolfCask.